Welcome to Champions of Change and the, what do I call this? I will call this the Champions Clip. This is just a little video to explain why this particular clip thing came about. As it happens, Champions of Change is a IT firm in Melbourne where we do all sorts of really cool stuff, finding solutions for various customers. My name's John Matthews. I'm one of the solution architects that goes out of our way to find solutions for your organisation. In this particular instance, this solution has very little to do with actually putting tech in front of people. This is more about putting teeny tiny pieces of plastic behind people. The problem started because, I found out about the problem because my wife is a nurse. She does a wonderful job looking after patients all day, and she has to wear various bits of personal protective equipment to do this. One of the pieces she has to wear is the face mask that we're seeing more and more around with COVID-19 floating about. It's put on over the years like this and keeps water droplets from going into people's faces. Looks over the years quite nicely, and on the whole doesn't work. Fortunately, after wearing these behind for years. Now, for short-term usage of these masks, this really isn't a problem, and the designers of the mask have definitely gone out of their way to use very soft elastic to minimise this. However, after 8 hours use of this day in, day out by our medical staff, this can actually wear on the ears and become quite painful from the ear burn. So, Champions of Change came up with a solution. And it's the Champ Clip. It's quite a simple little doohickey. Fits over the mask like that. So we started doing research and development on this to find out how we could actually build one of these things up. I started with some initial designs. Here you can see, my first attempt at design. I do not pretend to be a great designer or a great artist, and that's what I ended up with. Fortunately, however, I'm slightly better at using CAD programs. In this particular instance, Fusion 360, where I've drawn out the design we have in Fusion 360 as a sketch. From there, we're able to take these sketches and turn them into 3D objects. From there, we're able to send them to 3D printers. And we'll just open up the file. Select it in Cura. Able to place it on our virtual 3D printer here. Slice it, which effectively tells the 3D printer where the tool should move. We can even see a rendering of that happening just for fun. And there's our 3D printer head getting on with the job of printing this thing out. From there we move on to the 3D printer. Fortunately we're in luck and we have some printing out here. We can see the head going round and round, and it takes roughly 2 hours to print out 4 of these clips at the moment. 3D printing is, whilst a very flexible technology, not particularly fast. Now, we printed out a few test models. This is the first one that I ever made of our particular clip, As you can see, no logo, and it is, well, quite thick. It's not very flexible at all. So we tried a couple more designs, various thicknesses, until we settled on a clip that's about 1.5 millimeters thick, and as you can see is very flexible, but does take quite a bit of strain before it will break, and will happily sit on the back of somebody's head for quite some time as a comfort thing, adapting to the curve of the back of their skull rather than to a generic skull that we hope is the right size. We sent out a bunch of these clips to Northern Hospital, where they were tested by various staff who enjoyed them immensely, and they have become quite a hit. At the moment, Northern Hospital are asking for 150 of them, and so we're slowly printing through those as we go. Now, we've had interest from various IT partners who are interested in getting involved, which is a wonderful thing. My intention with these, and in fact Champions of Change's intention with these, is that these should be available to people who need them, the people at the front line, and maybe at a small cost to people who want them because they're wearing a face mask into and out of shops and they want to be a little more comfortable. The idea, of course, would be for people who are just using them for their shopping to pay for two, and one of them goes to a hospital for one of our frontline workers and the other one goes to the back of the customer's head. So thank you for sitting through this brief little presentation of our Champion clip. I hope that now you have a better understanding of what the device is, how the device works, and yeah, we will see you next time.